Welcome back. It's 6:52. Some breaking news to tell you about. If your cell phone isn't working, or maybe it's just not quite working like it should, you're not alone. Thousands of customers are reporting cell service outages. More than 31,000 AT&T customers have officially reported issues this morning. That's according to tracking site Down Detector. Verizon and T-Mobile customers also reporting some disruption. It's unclear exactly how many people have been impacted or what exactly is behind these outages quite yet. The man accused of trespassing at the La Crosse airport intends to plead not guilty by insanity. 32-year-old Cody Anderson is accused of making terroristic threats and attempted armed robbery with threat of force. A recent mental health report for Anderson shows he was eligible to plead not guilty by reason of insanity, according to court records. Nobody contested the results of that report. Anderson's next court date is April 1st for a plea hearing. He's currently in custody on a $500,000 cash bond. Elder abuse is often overlooked, but it's more common than we may think. This week, La Crosse County Police are taking part in special training to recognize the signs as part of a federal grant awarded to the county. The goal is to help officers identify elder abuse and connect seniors with available resources. A supervisor at the Aging and Disability Resource Center says these issues don't get discussed enough, so this training aims to raise more awareness.
Elder abuse in and of itself tends to be more of a forgotten or overlooked social problem. There's often a focus on child abuse, domestic violence, which is great, but there is an aging population not only nationally but within our local community. And we have seen a rise in concerns with our aging community.
He went on to say last year the Aging and Disabilities Resource Center received 320 referrals for elder abuse. That's an 8% increase from 2022 and a 21% increase from 2021. The clock is ticking for action on forever chemicals known as PFAS as the Assembly has its final floor session of the current legislative window today. It'll take up a bill that the Senate passed in November that creates grants to help municipalities test for the harmful forever chemicals. Democrats criticizing that because it limits the DNR's ability to force landowners to clean up PFAS contamination. In the meantime, Senator Brad Pfaff and Assemblywoman Jill Billings have introduced a separate bill that would allow the DNR to set limits on PFAS in state groundwater, but that's unlikely to speed through the session.
Would allow the process to move forward, but there's no enactment that can take place. Before the Department of Natural Resources can move forward with any type of enactment, there needs to be additional legislative review. And I understand the need for legislative review, but I also understand the fact that the people in French Island have been drinking bottled water for 3+ years, and they're asking for us to get something done.
Pfaff and Billings have said they'll continue to introduce their bill in future sessions. Governor Tony Evers has awarded $16 million in community development grants. La Crosse County will get $3.5 million of that. Chippewa and Juneau counties will get $2.5 million. The grants will help offer favorable loans to low and moderate income residents making huge home repairs or looking to buy a home.
Well, we're looking at temperatures this morning starting in the 20s and 30s, although 19 the cold spot in Sparta. Boy, another mild day, breezy this afternoon, 10 to 20 from the northwest. Highs in La Crosse around 56 degrees. Chillier tomorrow with some flurries thanks to a cold front, 39. Back in the 40s Saturday, 50s on Sunday, and 60+ degrees potentially early next week on Monday and Tuesday.
Thank you, Bill. NASA is looking for applicants to take part in a simulated one-year mission to Mars. Volunteers will help the agency plan for human exploration of the red planet. The second of 3 planned ground-based missions is scheduled to kick off in spring 2025. Each mission includes volunteer crew members living and working inside a 1,700 square foot habitat at NASA's Houston Space Center. Tasks include simulated spacewalks, robotic operations, habitat maintenance, and crop growth. NASA is looking for healthy, motivated U.S. citizens or permanent residents who are non-smokers, 30 to 55 years old, and proficient in English. Well,